Hello everyone guys, and in today's video we is always gonna dive into Bitcoin's chart. What's going on guys and what does it all mean for us? Let me explain. So basically if we see the Bitcoin's chart right here, we can see that Bitcoin has been fluctuating for a long period of time. Bitcoin has been fluctuating for approximately 76 days, which means that there's nothing interesting right here. But anyway, I found some interesting picture for us guys. So basically Bitcoin previously, if we switch to the 1 hour time frame right here, we can see that Bitcoin previously was trading in an upward trend because minimums and maximums was increasing for a short period of time, when the Bitcoin was trading in an upward trend till Bitcoin reached the resistance level at $67,000 when Bitcoin got rejected for approximately 7%. And Bitcoin, since that moment, Bitcoin started to trade in a downward trend because maximums and minimums start to decrease. And on top of that, Bitcoin broke below the diagonal support level on which previously this upward trend was stick on, which we may interpret as a weak signal, as a bearish signal, which means that upward trend has changed to the downward. And what the definition of a downward trend? The definition of a downward trend is when maximums and minimums are decreasing. And the previous maximum was at approximately $65,400. And when Bitcoin approached the resistance level of 65,450, some nuance appeared right here, because if Bitcoin break it above, with a high probability we may see an acceleration of an upward movement, which means that Bitcoin may again start to trade in an upward trend, which means that Bitcoin may hit the resistance level at $67,000, 69, 70k, and so on. But Bitcoin was fluctuating for a short period of time below the resistance level. But anyway, Bitcoin got rejected from the resistance level for approximately 4.2%. And Bitcoin is trading in a downward trend till Bitcoin is trading below the resistance level at 65,500. Which means that if Bitcoin breaks it above, Bitcoin may again start to trade in an upward trend, which means that Bitcoin may again push higher toward the resistance level at 67, 69, 70k, and so on. So basically guys, right now if we see the current picture right here, we can see that Bitcoin is trading in a downward trend, and all this accumulation we may interpret as a consolidation above the support level at 62,250, which means that if Bitcoin break it below, with a high probability we may see an acceleration of a downward movement toward the support level at 61k. After that we will see. And so I have to repeat again, Bitcoin is trading in a downward trend, and all this picture we interpret as a consolidation till Bitcoin trading below their resistance level at 65,500 approximately. So if Bitcoin break above the resistance level at 65,500, with a high probability we may see an acceleration of an upward movement, which means that Bitcoin may again start to trade in an upward trend. But if we see in the current picture, Bitcoin is trading in a downward trend. On top of that, if we switch to the 4-hour time frame right here, we can see that Bitcoin is showing diverging, because these maxims are increasing on the RSI chart, these maxims are decreasing, which means that the RSI is literally saying that this false movement, and with a high probability we may see Bitcoin lower. On top of that, right now Bitcoin is trading in the overbought area, which increases the probability of a downward trend, of a downward movement, and of a continuation of a downward trend. So, if we switch to the daily time frame right here, we can see that Bitcoin, if we talk about long term, is still trading in a downward trend, because maximums and minimums are still decreasing, guys. And it seems like the momentum of the current bounce literally faded, because if we see the history right here, we can see that Bitcoin previously was trading in a downward trend and still trading in a downward trend. The first rule in downward trend, that all bounces which appear will happen, we first of all interpret and deem as a bounce, not as reversals, guys. But right here, Bitcoin gave this upward movement for approximately 22%, and Bitcoin, but finally this bounce ended up with an update, the low price. The low price was approximately 80k, and after that the low price fell at approximately 60k. After that, Bitcoin gave this upward bounce for approximately 38%, but anyway the bounce ended up with an update at the lowest price of 2026, guys. So basically we can see that Bitcoin is literally tend to update the lowest price of 2026. So basically, due to that factor, as I said previously, I think it's just only a matter of several weeks when Bitcoin will be updating the lowest price of 2026. I mean 57,800, guys. So basically, this was just my take and my view on Bitcoin. I have to repeat that Bitcoin is still trading in a downward trend till Bitcoin is trading below the resistance level at 65,500 and so on. And as I said previously, let's look at the Ethereum chart. Ethereum is fluctuating as Bitcoin do, but anyway, all the consolidation, if we can see the Ethereum chart right here, it's Ethereum is trading above the support level at 1850, which means that if Ethereum break it below, with a high probability we may see an acceleration of a downward movement toward the support level at 1800, 70, 50, and so on. And Ethereum is trading in a downward trend, and the definition of a downward trend, as I said previously, is when maximums and minimums are decreasing. And the maximum at Ethereum is approximately 1840, which means that if Ethereum break it above, with a high probability, Ethereum may change their own trend from downward to upward, and that's it. So basically, guys, with a high probability, I'm expecting a downward movement for approximately current price from Bitcoin and from Ethereum, but with these conditions as I said previously, guys. So basically, this was just my take and my view on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not financial advice, guys, just my thoughts. See you later. Bye bye, and this was just my view.